Good evening, Europe. Sam calling. Here is my top 26 for the Eurovision 2018 Grand Final, featuring Toby the Beagle, who's not even in the shot. Anyway, I'm going to do this. This is my third attempt at doing this. I'm getting it way too long, so I'm going to go through the last 16 very quickly. So bottom, shouldn't have been in the final to begin with. Serbia, terrible song, shouldn't have qualified for semi-final 2. 25th, Albania. It's a good song, but it's going to get crowded out by the other decent songs in this final. It is the hardest year we've ever had to predict. So let's see how it goes. 24th, the first of the big force, is Spain. It's gone on second. It's used there to bridge the gap between two better songs, and it's going to pay the price. But you're doing better than Manuel Navarro. That's all I can say there. 23rd, the close of the show, Italy. By the time Italy comes on, everyone's going to pick their favourites, and Italy is not going to be able to beat them. So unfortunately, Italians, you're going to be near the bottom. And I'm not being funny, I think that's where you deserve to be. Terrible choice in song. 22nd, my first sweepstake, the Netherlands, Whalen. Obviously got runner-up in 2014 behind the Queen herself, Conchita Wurst. Not going to happen again. Could surprise me, you never know. And sorry to some of my Dutch friends out there as well. 21st is my country, United Kingdom, Sully. She's done well publicising. She's a good vocalist, she's a good performer. She performs this song very well. But again, there's better songs in this final. 20th, the hosts, Portugal. Better song than last year. Salvador Sobral was one of my worst songs last year. How it won, I don't know. Kind of glad it has, because Portugal, you're putting on a great show. But unfortunately, the song this year, it's not getting a good rep, and I don't know why. It's a very good song. 19th, Caesar Simpson, with the Austrian song. Backing vocalist to Christian Kostov last year for Bulgaria. It's not going to get the same heights as runner-up there. It's going to be somewhere in between 20th and 10th. It just depends how many people get the song. 18th, Denmark, Rasmussen. Obviously, I told you the story in semi-final 1. Let's see how well he does. I think he's going to struggle out of the Scandinavian countries, because it's the first time in years all the Scandinavian countries have got through. So I'm not counting Iceland there. So it's going to be tricky for him to gain points off the Scandi vote. 17th, my dark horse, Slovenia. This is my favourite in semi-final 2. Despite me not actually picking it. He's in his bonio, lovely. Despite you not even picking it. Because I thought people just won't get it, and they have. And I think it's going to do well. It stands out. It's the only dubstep song in this final. Let's see how well it does. 16th, Germany, Deutschland, Michael Schulte. Very good song. I've seen some of the rehearsals. He seems to be coming across a bit too emotional. But then the song is about his father, him passing away. But I think you need to look at Lithuania's performance. She gets it spot on. She only loses at the end. Michael seems to struggle all the way through with his emotions. And I think maybe it's going to come across quite bad. I hope not, because I do like the song. 15th, Ukraine. Last in the semis, first in the final. Third year in a row the EBU and the host broadcaster have done this. It's a good song. It's better than Jamala's song in my opinion. But being first, I think it's going to kill its chances of the top 10. But let's wait and find out. 14th, Australia. So the last two countries, both are the two remaining 100% qualification records. Jessica Malboy's a good singer. She's a good dancer. But when she does it together, it doesn't quite work. I remember a text being sent in on the BBC. She's like the drunk aunt at any sort of get-together. And I can kind of see that, and I kind of get that comment. I think she's going to struggle to make the top 10. Unfortunately, it's going to be the worst result for Australia, despite Zaya last year was the worst song they've ever sent. 13th, Bulgaria. I don't think they're going to finish second again. It's a good song by Equinox. I just think it's going to be crowded out by some of the bigger songs in this final. 12th, Alexander Rybak, the 2009 winner. Wait. There's Toby the Beagle. It's a terrible song. I don't like it. This is how you write a song. No, it's not, Alexander. It's terrible. He's obviously going to be put up against Fairy Tale, and it's not a good enough song. You're going to get a few votes just because it is catchy and it's going to stay in your head. But unfortunately, there's too many bits going on the TV, and it just looks terrible. 11th, Sweden, Benjamin Ingrosso. I just don't think it's going to get the same appeal to some of the other Scandinavian songs. There's one country left, you know who that is. It's probably the second best out of the Scandi songs. Obviously they do well, Sweden enough every year. They could break the top 10, but I think it's going to be the worst result since France. My top 10. Number 10 is Miklos Josef, the Czech Republic. It's a great song. He's not the best singer, and I think he would admit that himself. His injury problems seem to be a bit behind him, and having to redo the whole, some of the performance again from scratch is what he's got there. He really enjoys it, really gets into it. This could take off and go really well. 9th, Finland. It's great to see him back after Norma Jean's mysterious non-qualification last year with Sarah Auto this year. It is my favourite Scandinavian song. She's obviously the runner-up queen. Is she going to get second? You never know. I've got her at 9th, but I'm just being a bit conservative with her. And let's see how she gets on. Now the next two are the ones which probably might not get the top 10. And 8 is Ireland. They've just gone up to 3rd favourite in the bookies. It's a good song, but it's been just before Cyprus, and I think Cyprus are going to get a better boost up because of it. But there's been a bit of controversy with China with this and Albania, so let's see. I think it's going to get the gay bloc vote. So let's just find out and wait. And 7 is my highest top 5 big country. It's France. Merci, merci. It's catchy. It's going to do well. I think it is the best big 5. I'm coming round to it now. Bit too late though. 6th. This I hope actually comes second or even wins. It's one I've put it on. It was 100-1 when I put a bet on, and it's Lithuania. It is the best ballad in this year's contest. If it's going to win, it's going to win. I'd love to go to Vilnius next year, but I think it's just going to lose some of that momentum being 4th in the order. But it's going to stand out, and it's going to stand out really well. But it's whether people are going to remember it by the end. My top 5. They finished 3rd last year. They've got one of the Russians who wrote Sergei Lazarov's song from 2016. It's Moldova. This is the funnest song in this year's contest. It's great fun. They really do enjoy it. I think the thing that's going to let her down to get any higher is the female vocalist. She's not the best. I don't know if it's just coming across to me. She just doesn't seem the best, but it's great fun. It's going to do well and probably would win the UK vote. 4th is the heavy metal Hungary. I love this song. AWS are brilliant. They're coming very well over the press because they're very brilliant speakers. I hope it does well. I don't think it's going to go as high as 4th. I think it's just going to sneak in that top 10, but I hope it comes 4th. Now my top 3. My 3rd is Cyprus, the bookie's favourite, Fuego. She is the ultimate package, Elena Fioria is. She can sing, she can dance, and she can do it at the same time. She's the Cyprus Beyonce Knowles, isn't she? Let's just face it. I put her 3rd because I think there's one twist left to play in this year's Eurovision. And I just don't think the bookie's favourite is going to do it. And unfortunately she is out at the moment. But let's wait and see. Let's see if there is one final twist. 2nd is the old bookie's favourite. And the current runner-up, according to the bookies, Israel Netta. She's not been on top form, and I think she knows it. Since when she put Who My Favourite Is in a press conference mixing with her song. Very well done, actually. I really did enjoy that version. And I think that's where she's taken the eye off the ball a tiny bit, and I think she'll finish 2nd. And my favourite, as you know from my semi-final videos, La Forza by Elena Nechaeva. She is going to win Eurovision. I've said it since January, since she won Estelau. I think she's going to do it. Let's see how many I get right. In semi-final 1 I got 8 out of 10, and the same in semi-final 2, so I'm on a roll here. Then I did try and do the order of the thing, and I actually got 4 right, and that includes Portugal, so, you know, we never know until the night. It's going to be on the night. It's not us fans who actually vote. It's the people who actually turn up on the night just to watch who vote is going to be the good thing. Let's see how well we do in all our countries. Put your top 10 in the comments below and see if you agree with me. If not, it's all a matter of opinion. That's what's so great with Eurovision. So thank you, and let's see where we're going in 2019.